What's going on, experts? It's DK Shepherd, aka the Subject Matter Expert. I'd like to say I appreciate the new subscribers. Please like and share the content. Today, the protests and the riots and the actual amount of attention it's getting, negative attention. We're finding out that people are infiltrating these quiet protests, peaceful protests, infiltrating them and turning them into riots and looting and all that stuff that most of us find ludicrous. We don't want to see riots. We don't want to see other people. I mean, what's the sense in protesting on behalf of somebody getting killed needlessly and then some more people getting killed during a riot, or people getting injured during looting or whatever, during some looting and all that kind of stuff? It's crazy to me that this is really going on like it is. I understand what a peaceful protest is and what it should be, and we need to be on the lookout for people that are not sharing your interests. But my biggest thing is, what happens next? Because what I've noticed is all of us have a really bad, what's it called? We have a really bad, what's it called? Attention span. We have a really low attention span. So like for 3 minutes, this issue is at the top of the heap, and then next week we're not going to hear about it. It's kind of like COVID-19. There has been very little reporting on COVID-19. Not saying that people aren't reporting, but it's not the number one news show anymore. Because the number one news show is that people are rioting. Not they're protesting, and they're protesting police brutality and people being killed by the police and stuff like that. Not that. No. What's on the news is that people have no discipline, or they don't know what they're doing. But I'll be honest with you, the reason why it's like that is real simple. Is we have a lack of leadership right now. A lack of leadership in all communities, but specifically in the black community. We need leaders. Not just people that get on the microphone and say something that people catch every buzzword, but someone that is actually going to take up the banner and continue to fight for what they believe in, for what we say we believe in. We don't want police brutality for anyone. We don't want anyone innocent going to jail. We don't want anyone to be killed by people who are supposed to protect us. And most of us say people that work for us or whatever, because I can tell you about being a public servant. Being a public servant means that you have a selfless, thankless job. You are doing it because you believe you can make a difference. You are doing it for the people that you love. If you are out there for any other reason, for kicks and giggles, I'll say that. I'll try to keep the cursing down. If you out there just to satisfy your own need for whatever that is, then you're not a good public servant. You're not a public servant. If you're out there for a paycheck and the pay is low, so you can't be out there for that, I can tell you, we need leaders. We need people that are actually going to take up the banner and not 2 weeks from now no longer involved. We don't need people that are going to create organizations and not be involved in the throughput that foundation is supposed to provide, and the services that it's supposed to provide. We need people. Right now, everybody in some way or another is suffering. Even though, the states are opening back up, there's still a lot of people without jobs. Now, I will tell you, I am real big on speaking up on behalf of the black community. Why? Because that's the community that I'm a part of. That's the community that I cannot deny. So if you hear me say something that seems like I'm pro-black, I'm pro-black. Am I anti anybody else? Absolutely not. But I'm gonna be pro-black first, because when I wake up in the morning and when I look in the mirror and when people see me, that's what they see. They see color. Do we want it to be like that? No. Should it be like that? We all live on one planet. We all share the same resources. We're all out here for each other. We should be. We should be out here for each other. People, the same person is weird. Because you can have a neighbor, and that neighbor is going through the exact same thing that you're going through. But because that neighbor is black and the other neighbor is white, it's like they're standing on two separate sides of an issue. The same issue is is that we're all suffering in some kind of way or another. And if we're not suffering, then we have friends and family that is suffering. And if suffering could be anything, it could be your job, it could be lack of food to feed your children or feed yourself, it could be somebody who doesn't have kids or something, and they're suffering because they have to stay in the house and they don't want to do that. Suffering comes in many different measures. But the plain truth is, we are all suffering. We're all suffering from something. So, why is it so hard for us to get together? Okay, let's say it's racism, skin color, colorism. Within each race, they have colorism, because especially in the black race, because I mean, even I crack jokes on my friend Freddie. He's not really light skinned, but I pick on him because he's light skinned. Just jokes, nothing bad, nothing for real. We've been doing it for years. It's nothing like that. But I'm just saying, that's small. The big thing is that it actually exists, that people believe that light-skinned people get over, or that dark-skinned people are thieves or something like that. That is not a metric to use to grade people. We all have our character. We all have good and bad things going on. Most people have good intentions. A lot of our problem is lack of education, and I don't mean like going to college and all that. I mean lack of education and knowledge of what's going on in your life and around you in your community. And a lot of that is lack of leadership. So I'm asking, this is what I'm asking. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for community leaders. I'm looking for my friends in the military. I'm looking for whoever around, family, who feels like they're a subject matter expert, because you're the subject matter expert in your life, to come forward, get with me, hit me up at smempov@gmail.com. Let's come up with some topics. Let's sit down. I want people to see all points of view of this thing. There are many, many, many points of view when it comes to your life, our life. I'm different from my neighbor. I'm different from my cousin. I'm different from my brother. We all have different things that we see. We all have different occupations. We all have different views on what leadership looks like, what right looks like, how it should be for me, what affects my family, what affects your family. So I'm saying, come with me. Let's go ahead, get with me. Let's do some interviews. Let's show people that the common everyday man has something to say. We all have something to say. But let's hear it from that point of view. Hey, thanks for listening to my comment.